Hey, my name is RoadCone Terry, and I'm doing something a little different today. A lot of people have asked to do a little piece on the car and a lot more details. So I thought I would take a detailed overview of RoadCone. We got a busy season coming up. We're getting ready to go do some testing. I expect that we'll be at Bowling Green World Finals there. Probably competing in the 860 class, see if we can slow this machine down and do some consistent 860s. Then we'll be off to World Cup. We got the invite. We'll be registering and going out to World Cup import versus domestic in November, and then hopefully leaving straight from that race to attend my nationals. But that's going to be the upcoming schedule. Please bear with me. This is the first time I've ever did anything like this, so that it's new to me. I'm not a blogger, I'm not a professional or anything like that, and I just wanted to go over RoadCone and what it's taken to get here and some of the things that make it operate and perform the way it does, and give a big shout out to a lot of my people that have helped me get where I am, because without them I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And this year, I'll just go ahead and say it, we're hoping to go at least mid sevens at 185 plus. We want to be able to turn this machine up. We did several things that I'm going to go over that will enable us to do this. Last year, final race at my nationals, we actually had to turn the car way down and kill every bit of timing and all the power out of the car for the first 2 seconds, and then slowly ramp it back in. And we was able to achieve a 1.3 460 foot time, which is really slow in the drag racing world. And this year we're hoping to get it into the 1 teens for the first time. So far the car's been a best ever of a 1.24, but that was with a different tune, a whole different setup and everything, and we're hoping we're able to bring a lot more to it this year and get everything to work together. First thing notice about the car's exterior is it's a competition orange. I absolutely love this color. That was one of the first things that I wanted when I was looking at a newer style body, is I wanted the orange color. We have a Anderson composite hood that Dave of Anderson Composites and Marketing has hooked us up with, and I absolutely love the carbon fiber touches, and I loved it so much that we decided to leave it carbon fiber look. Debated painting a couple of times, but the fit and finish of this hood is phenomenal. I mean, the body lines, if you've ever seen a car in person or seen an Anderson Composite and their product, top of the line. Can't say enough good things about them. As we go around the car, we got some lightweight rims up here, or wheels you want to call them. We got the Weld Aluma Stars. And if you look behind the Weld Aluma Stars, you'll see TBM brakes. Those brakes are absolute beast on the car. Jason Smith, the brake man of TBM, he has one of the best products that you'll ever find in the drag racing community. And also, I think he's expanding further. But those brakes will stop you. They are lightweight. We shaved over 40 pounds each side. If you even look deeper, you'll see a Steeda K member. Scott Boda, he's always been since the first race in Bowling Green. Scott has hooked me up on this car. He goes out of his way. He's a true car enthusiast. He has the Silver Bullet. It's also a very fast car. And Scott, he tries to powder coat everything to match the car for me. He just tries to get it that complete look. If you go to the back of the car, something that we've recently did is we've tried to lose another 40 pounds in the car in the back since last season. When we went sevens, we went at a 3880, almost 3,900 pounds to do it. And that is just a heavy car. So, and we had a 305 tire. So we had to kill almost all the power on the car to get it to 60 foot, and we managed to do that in the sevens a couple times with a lazy 1.34 60 foot time, which is probably unheard of. I mean, it just took a lot of power. We killed it for the first 2 seconds. So Got TBM brakes over here. One thing that you really can't see in under the car is right after that, we didn't have a sway bar on the car. So Steeda sent one of their heavy duty sway bars, and we're going to try that out this year and see if we can't get it to hit all the tire. And Team Beefcake Racing, I thank them for the 315s that are on this car. Man, Terry and the crew, they hook me up every chance they get. They try to give me next day parts if they don't have it in stock, and they're right down the road from me, so they usually have whatever I need in stock, which is hard to believe in these trying times with the pandemic and everything. And so let's go to the inside of the car. We got, first thing that you'll notice is the Kirkies. We have did that for a little bit of lightweight. And the next thing you'll notice is the roll cage. Ricky Reynolds and I spent a lot of time in this car, and Ricky owns the Cortex in Ohio, and he just did a phenomenal job on this cage. I learned a lot about fabrication, and here's some things that you just don't see, is how tight and how fitted and clean this cage is in the car. And over there, the parachute handle, even carbon fiber touches. Next you'll see the AM dash. It's a carbon 7 dash. We have switched this to an aftermarket ECU to help control the power. Positive displacement blowers, if you know anything about them, they hit hard. Turbo cars, they have boost controllers to do a little bit of power management, and so we were able to maintain power management by an aftermarket ECU in AM. Brian at Finish Line Performance, Jason Bruckner, Finish Line Performance, they spent a lot of extra time on this car, just getting everything, redoing every bit of wiring in the car to get that to work with it. Another thing that they did, if you notice, I got an M&M air shifter in here, and those things, if you've ever seen them, are huge. They was able to fabricate a custom bracket, and they've made a few others for people since that, to set that down into the shift console, and it just looks like it was made from the factory and actually belongs there. I've retained all the stock dash and all the pieces. Got the radio, touchscreen, nav. If you see it, it's got a stock steering wheel. Got cruise control, and all your turn signals, able to control the radio. I like to keep all the creature customs comforts as we go fast. That's what this car is all about, is going and getting places fast. Here's the heart of the beast. On top is a 3.8 Whipple blower that Dustin Whipple has helped me out with, Nick Persilio. We got Mike Malico all out there at Whipple doing great things. They stay on top of it. They're always trying to create new product and stay on top of things and stay on the leading edge. And for what we've done with a positive displacement blower, I think is absolutely amazing. If you'll notice, we also got the low power big 4.0 pulley on to keep this thing under control when we're out testing. It's an amazing blower, and the fit and finish, until you've installed one of these or seen it in person, you don't understand. Now, when Brian and Jason installed the AM, and another person that I need to thank for getting me here is Eric Holliday of JPC Racing. He had a big part in me going this route. And Eric, he tunes the car, he gets it started, easy tuning, and he does a phenomenal job. And him and Brian work together to get this car, you know, making clean passes. And I just can't say enough about these people. And one thing that we've done is with the big 150 throttle body, a lot of cars you'll see out there with limp mode. Well, we've got a throttle cable on this now, and that ECU AM allowed us to solve that problem. You'll notice that I got an overflow tank. Sherrod at UPR provided that. He's a great guy. He goes to all the races, all the water lines and stuff, AN fittings, everything is just done so clean. Got a big Fat House Fab catch can. We had to go extra big when we started making some big power. We ran into some issues, and Fat House Fab solved that with that big can, and I can't say enough things about that. I mean, it just looks clean. It looks like it belongs there. The power plant, the motor, is a built motor by BES. Tony and Brett take care of all that at BES Racing Engines. We got a Winberg billet crank in there. We got Callie's billet rods, Ross custom pistons, and a few other trick pieces in there that I won't disclose right off. You know, can't give all the secrets away. The fuel system was purchased from Team Beefcake Racing. Again, they get me all the fittings and everything. It's controlled by 3 triple pump Hellcat pumps to supply the fuel, along with ID 2600s. Now, an ID 2600 is a huge injector, if you know what we're talking about, and to control that is another thing. So it took the tuning guys a little bit working together, and we've got that where it purrs like a kitten. I'd like to hear the chop chop with all the cam, but we idle this thing up about 1100, you know, 1200 RPMs and keep it going. So you don't get that big thumper of the cam, but maybe one day we'll fill it with that a little bit more and get that flowing. Moving along to the rear of the car, let me remove my duster for the car shows and the cruise ins that I like to take this to, but you'll see a onboard air system that shifts the air shifter. That was done by Siley. He has a nice little kit, so if you want one of those, check him out on his website. And it just looks like a nice little place to put the groceries when you go get them. And under here we have a TIG Vision ice tank and an EMP pump, all -16s lines all tucked in there, looking clean. I've tried to keep everything about as clean as possible in the car, you know. It's took a lot of time and effort to do that. As you see, it still even has the exhaust on it, and we may remove that to make the big power. I've marked the tires out, testing a little bit, making sure that we ain't getting the 315s rubbing, making sure where there's no clearance issues. That way, when we get to the track, we're able to make clean passes. Scott Boda, he provided some Steeda billet spacers along with that drag, or that heavy duty sway bar at the end, and that really makes the difference, hopefully, in getting everything, getting the 60 foots down in the 110s this year. Got Kel-Track suspension on it. Kelly, he's the go-to man, and everybody who's running fast is running his suspension. So we're going to see if that helps and what we can do with that. Some other details on the car that you might not see is when we was a stick, we started making power and we kept moving up. We got to the point where we was making a lot of power and we just started breaking stuff. So Brandon at BA Motorsports has also been a big part of this car and been a lifelong friend and helped me out. Swayed me in the direction to hit up Eric Holiday and JPC. We put a turbo 400 in the car, and it has